Wow, babe. So I'm having the weirdest reaction I've ever had to something I ate the other day.
What did you eat?
I had macadamia nuts. Apparently they're really high in folic acid, so on and so forth. So I decided to try some, but I've realized that I'm having a very weird reaction.
And that was your first time?
The first time I've noticed it, yeah, in my nether region.
Oh, Emefa.
I know. Yeah, but
Sorry.
like you don't usually think about how much what we eat has an effect on our reproductive system
At all.
at all.
At all.
Yeah.
No, I mean, because think about it. Our diet affects everything from our skin to our hair to our eyesight.
But you
teeth.
never stop to think, or I've never stopped to think about the correlation between my diet and what is going on down there. And I'm sure it's not just for women as well. I'm sure for men
Of course.
that happens as well. So I really want us to have this conversation.
So what are we talking about?
Yeah, so hi Citi Scapers. Welcome to another exciting episode of Citi Scape right here on Citi TV. We are at Apartamento Hotel in the heart of airport. And today I'm going to be talking to Apiorkor about the correlation between nutrition and sex. Don't move a muscle.
What are your opinions? Join the conversation on social media with the hashtags Citi Scape and MyScape, and via the handle at Citi Scape GH as well on Instagram. So nutrition and sex.
Nutrition and sex, babe. I mean, we all know the usual.
Yeah.
What you eat affects your odor and the feel of your reproductive organs, especially for women. I know that, pineapples, for example, really help the way you smell down there. They help you to smell a little more pleasant.
That's one of your favorite things to talk about, right?
What?
Because you've mentioned it before.
No, it's
We're having a conversation and you mentioned that you had read it several times.
It's just amazing how
It is, though.
quickly you see a
is.
difference, or you feel
Pineapple
a difference
in my
down there.
juice.
Yeah, I do have some pineapple in my juice as well.
And watermelon as well.
Yes.
Because watermelon is one of those fruits that doesn't have calories. That's for one. It's full of water.
Yes.
Keeps you hydrated.
And water is always good for cleansing your system.
Of course, and
so-
even for lubrication. There are a lot of women who say, you know what, I'm getting intimate with my partner, but I'm not lubricating the way I think I should. A lot of that has to do with
being dehydrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're not drinking enough water, you're not eating fruits like watermelon, pineapple again, which have very high water content, the melons in general,
Yes.
so cantaloupe, all those things.
There's honeydew melons as well. Anything
Yeah.
that has a lot of water in it, really.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure about coconuts because I know coconuts can alter the pH levels down there as well.
Definitely,
And
yes.
with women, the most important factor as to how your reproductive organs feel is, managing those pH levels. So really, you should.
But then coconuts, though, I mean, they do well with hydration, and then even just basically keeping your bowels moving freely. I mean, there's some people, as soon as they drink water from one coconut, they're running off to the bathroom. There's actually some people like that.
Oh, wow.
Because it can be very laxating. It acts as a laxative for some people. But really, the hydration, and it's great for the heart. And I think that if your heart is in good condition,
Everything
then you
else
can
will be
go
functioning.
for quite a few rounds in the bedroom. I'm just saying.
Apiorkor.
But it's true.
Yeah, you would know all about that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But it's the truth, though.
Yeah,
it's
no,
the truth.
it is.
Because
Hey.
these are things that we don't talk about. Sometimes we take for granted, even just apart from what the food we eat and the things we just generally put into our bodies can do for our sex lives, for our libido.
Can do for our health in general, let alone
Exactly.
our sex lives.
See? And then research has
Let
shown.
me not be rude. Let me take
Okay,
my
there you go.
sunglasses
Oh,
off.
fabulous
Oh, there
makeup.
I am. Oh,
Fabulous
thank
makeup.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. But research has shown, I know, that there's a high correlation between high blood pressure and erectile dysfunction. So men who, and I mean, it makes sense. You don't even have to be a doctor or a scientist of any sort. If it's the rushing of blood that fills certain places to make it functional when it needs to be, and your blood pressure is high, and so there's so much going on in your body, oxygen is not being carried to the right places, blood is not getting where it needs to go, then it makes sense that you'd be likely to have problems.
Like you said earlier, I don't think people pay as much attention to the general function or general health, because if something is thrown off balance, it immediately affects something else, which affects something else, which ultimately affects your sex life. So I try to focus on being healthy in general, because once you're healthy, everything is working in unison,
your basic workouts
balance.
As well.
Exactly.
Taking dips in the pool, which we'll be doing a little later. Today we're not shooting that. But you know, you're right. You're right.
I think once you're healthy, you can enjoy certain things. You enjoy fitness, you enjoy general health, and in turn you will enjoy sex as well, because everything is working just fine.
One thing that I admire about you is your skin. It's always glowing, makeup or not. Yeah, I said something nice to Emefa
today. My God.
It's killing me inside. It's not good for my health.
It's
not even my sexual health
right now. But it's all down to water. You know,
exactly.
I love water.
Emefa is constantly carrying bottles of water around the place. I see her at meetings, she's carrying water. We've gone out to eat, she's carrying water. It's even a lot. You might not see it on camera, but when we get to places, the first thing she asks for is water.
That is very true.
And it shows. That
is very true.
And beautiful hair as well. I mean, Emefa has really.
I have what is happening? Can somebody help me understand what is happening to Apiorkor today?
I don't like you, but I like your skin.
Quote of the day, hashtag. So after my reaction to these nuts, I went online and I did some reading, and I realized that there's a cluster of things that have a direct correlation with how we feel down there, especially as women. And you know, the way we're built, our organs are so amazing, so special. They require special care and attention. You know, I'm sure you learned in school that you never even put soap down there, for example. It needs special care and attention on its own.
And even the way we wash there. I've had two very brilliant gynecologists. Dr. Senyo is one of them. He comes on breakfast days, pretty much like our gynae and our health guy at Citi. And he's constantly saying that even when you're washing down there, people tend, because mind you, when you're washing down there, and you women, you know this, maybe the men don't, but you're washing down there, you're not just washing the front, you're washing the back too. And so he says, what he recommends is that you wash down there, so the front bit, then you wash your hands. So whether you're bathing or not, wash your hands. Before you wash the back, wash your hands again. But what people do is a little down here, a little back there. Yeah. And without realizing it, you're giving yourself infections.
Although the can I say the word? The V word. Although the V.
Please say it. What?
Although the vagina is very good at self-cleansing, you need not give it anything extra to have to worry about. So anyone who doesn't use any feminine hygiene products, please don't use soap. Even if you don't want to use feminine hygiene products, try something like aloe vera or something.
The soap is great for washing around it.
But
inside,
not the main
area. No douching, or you shouldn't be doing any of that stuff unless your doctor or some specialist has told you to do it. Yeah, it's it's very important. But back to the food. We have some almonds here, which I stole from Jess, and I mean the Jessica Paris Afro here. I just grabbed them from her desk. But almonds, because I love almonds.
Actually, you know what? Hold that thought before you start telling people about your thieving ways. Let's go for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. You're watching Citi Scape right here on Citi TV. We'll be right back.
Go.
Spend 30 minutes every weekday catching up with all the trending social media conversations of the day. If you tweet it, we'll read it. We might just even Skype you. 30 minutes is all it takes, so use the hashtag 30minutes on social media to catch our attention. Join the most interactive social media TV show weekdays at 5 p.m. only on Citi TV.
Go.
Hi there, and welcome back to Citi Scape on Citi TV. So before we went for a quick break, Apiorkor was telling us this interesting story about some nuts she stole from a colleague of ours. we're still talking about nutrition and sex. Go.
So you're making it seem like I'm a thief.
But you said you stole.
Not in that sense. Like, she was there and I told her I wanted them and she gave them to me.
But did she know you were taking it
Yes,
away
she
forever?
knew. Yes.
Forever.
Yeah, she just said I should text her tomorrow morning to bring new ones. She snacks on them.
Okay.
You know, just because a fitness freak.
That's very nice.
Somebody
of
who
you, Jess.
pays very
You've
close
never fed
attention
me,
to.
but okay.
Well, you don't come around for her to feed you anyway.
Hey, Apiorkor.
So as I was saying, so almonds apparently are very good for your sexual health.
Really?
Yes, and for several reasons. You know, they've got all the great fatty acids that are good for getting things jogged up down there. Yeah. The fiber is great. Just apparently they're really good. And that's not why I'm eating them. I just actually really like almonds, and it's strange that you mentioned this. And I know you have sunflower seeds there.
I do have sunflower seeds. I mean, this is for general health. You know, sunflower seeds. Or sunflower oil even, it's really great for your heart. It's low in calories, low in fat, and it's really great to snack on. I mean, it's a healthy snack if you're like me and you like to snack very often. Why not?
Absolutely. And then avocados.
Yes. Apparently the Aztecs really rated avocados, but that has more to do with fertility. Yes.
Avocados.
And sweet potatoes as well.
And then your grapes, your berries, especially your red berries.
Yeah.
Because of the antioxidants.
I think anything fresh, really.
Yes,
Fresh
and
fruit
they're
and
great.
veg
You know,
generally help to
for
cleanse you
detoxing
and nourish you. Yes.
Yes, and
So-
then of course your iron-rich foods, the green leafy vegetables.
Yes.
So your spinach, your kuntumre.
You're saying all my favorite things.
Yes, your dandelion leaves, your basil. And I'm mentioning these ones because, well, spinach, you'd have to go into the supermarkets to get. But kuntumre, dandelion leaves, basil, what they call akukon mesa, those things are popular on our market.
Yes.
Because you see, people have very terrible sex lives. And sometimes you think it's because your partner is not great, but sometimes it just boils down to your nutrition. You're not able to go so long. Too much alcohol is also not great.
Yes, another
Nobody's
thing I was
saying you
going to
shouldn't
say.
drink. I
Yeah.
mean, of course, have that glass of wine. It gives you the buzz.
Yeah, especially for women as well, because I don't know about you, but I always notice a change in not necessarily odor, but definitely feel and, you know, vaginal discharge as well. Anytime you have a drink, anytime you're out, you think it's down to excitement.
Because the alcohol,
but
I mean, once it gets into your system, that's sugar. It's a diuretic, so it's draining you as well. That dehydration
And
we're talking
dehydrating
about,
you,
You're
yes.
running to the bathroom. There's a reason why, guys, you go pee more often when you're drinking a lot when you're out on town. Because the alcohol literally sucks the water from your system.
Yes.
So I want to talk about bad choices that people make, bad sexual choices people make when they're drunk, or when they're when they're under the influence of alcohol.
I see your mama bear
Yeah, because
instinct is coming
you see,
out. Okay.
Sometimes, I know I've spoken to a lot of people, a lot of women especially, even men. The men are less open
Less
about
open,
it.
yeah.
But the few who will talk about it, more so women, who
Or they're open, but in a more of a perverted way,
you
as
see,
opposed to no offense.
they won't. they what they tell you is that they wish they hadn't done certain things, and those things they did when they're under the influence of alcohol. What I'm saying is a glass of wine, or two, or three maybe, some cognac, some liqueur, whatever it is. It could make you a bit more chatty if you're the introverted type. Yes, give you a nice ambience to your dinner, whatever. But then you shouldn't drink to the point where now, if in case you wanted to get busy with the
It
person,
impairs your
it impairs your judgment. And even with a sexual experience, look, sex is a lot of mental work. I mean, if you want to keep it going for a long time, it's all up here. Yeah,
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Sex is a lot of mental work. Like when you're enjoying yourself, but
I mean,
even
you would know.
enjoying. Well, if I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, darling.
But even getting into it, you know, enjoying the foreplay. If you're the type who likes your partner, your husband, your wife, whatever it is, to talk dirty, whatever, to get all those things to tap into those juices and get the libido
do you know
flowing.
what?
You're drunk. It limits that pleasure that you can have.
That's assuming you want to go for a very long
Right.
time, which
And
not
I'm
everybody
not
likes.
saying it's for everybody, but a lot of the things women say when they want to insult their men is, "You're a 1 minute man." You're a 2-minute man. 5 minutes. What can you do? That's all. 5 minutes. I mean,
Oh,
haven't you heard it before?
Oh yeah, of
You
course.
hear it all the time,
Yeah.
and I'm saying that, and the men, I'm sure the men would agree with me. For them to go the distance, it's a lot of mental work. For them to be able to get the right cadence so that they know, okay, if I'm doing it this way, then I'm going to, release early. Or if I'm going it nice and slow, it's going to take me a little while longer. For him to even read you as a woman, okay, where do I touch? How is she responding?
So being drunk would impair
a lot of
that
the time it
judgment.
does. I'm not saying that drunken sex doesn't happen and isn't great. I'm just saying that for the average person, really,
It usually has a
sometimes-
more detrimental
Yeah.
effect than the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the time. But hey, a glass of wine or 2 or 3 or 4 if you want. By all means, feel free. Just be responsible about it. I'm just saying.
Apiorkor, I love your truth bombs. But you know what? So in my reading, I realized that a lot of things we enjoy in Ghana as Ghanaians, for example, your spicy foods, your fresh onions that you like in your pepper, your red meat, your dairy that you have in your tea every morning, those things have a detrimental effect on our sex lives, especially as women. They really affect your pH levels, your the level of the amount you discharge, the odor, the texture, for example. So, I mean, how do you even balance that out in a society where we're so big on meat and spicy
I
food?
think it's everything in moderation. And I mean, let's take meat, for example. Even stepping away, again, back to your point about being healthy in general.
Yes.
Meat has caused so many problems for so many people, for so many parts of their bodies. I mean, you can talk about gout. Let's not talk about high cholesterol and all that. So many.
So it's really
different
down
things.
to everything in moderation,
Moderation,
really.
portions. If you're going to go all out, then make sure you're also going all out in calculating your calories and calculating
And
what's
being
going
just
and
as
what's
healthy.
coming out. Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah, you know what? One thing I'll say, before we wrap up the conversation, is to pay attention to your body, because you can do all the research in the world, but if you don't really study yourself and study how much the foods you're eating affects the way you feel. I mean, even this morning I had a conversation with my mom where I mentioned to her that sometimes when I have dark chocolate, I feel like my blood is heavy. That's a very weird expression, but my body definitely changes. Whereas dark chocolate is supposed to be very good for us. It's supposed to help with digestion.
It's supposed to be an aphrodisiac.
It's supposed to be an aphrodisiac as well.
And I mean, we live in a society where, again, we can't say it enough, Emefa, that people don't like talking about sex and things related to it. And again, I want to be very open and say, married or not, your health still stands paramount. So you go to the hospital, you just trust that the doctor won't tell your mother or your father or your uncle or your pastor or whatever it is, and tell them that I've been experiencing this. After sex, I feel this way. This is what I typically eat in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and let the doctor help. Because you see, sometimes you carry these things now into marriage and they become a problem for fertility and all manner of
Exactly.
things.
It could be a very small issue in the beginning, but without the right medical attention,
it's very, very
could evolve
important.
into something else.
Yes,
but
and
honestly,
I mean, healthcare is expensive, but let's at least pay
it's an
attention
investment.
to
So
our
invest
health.
in your
Very,
health.
very
Yeah.
important. And then no matter what you eat, exercise and fitness are also very important.
Yes.
So if it's that walk 30 minutes a day, get up from your desk, walk around, take a walk in your neighborhood if it's safe enough for you. Go to the gym if you can, dance. I mean, when you're going out on a Friday, instead of just going to eat, dance, go to the club tomorrow and dance. I mean,
Work it off, yes.
something, just work
Always
it off.
have a healthy
Just work it
balance.
off, yeah,
Yes.
very, very important. And then your sex life will be banging. You can even do some styles.
Well, on that note, the show continues.
Witness the twisted and tangled story of betrayal, greed, vengeance, and love in the award-winning Brazil Avenue. Carmenia, a woman led by greed, gets rid of her husband, who is Rita's father, and sends Rita away to a filthy landfill. Rita finds love in Batata, but they are soon separated by adoption into different families, far away from each other. Many years later, all paths cross again as Rita, now a renowned chef, seeks to pay back her stepmother for taking away her happiness as a child. It's the story of twists, turns, suspense, and thrilling action in Brazil Avenue. Brazil Avenue airs Wednesdays to Fridays from 10 to 11 p.m. only on Citi TV.
What are your opinions? Join the conversation on social media with the hashtags Citi Scape and MyScape, and via the handle at Citi Scape GH as well on Instagram. Now let's find out what's new in the city. Hi, this is the What's New segment on Citi Scape on Citi TV, and of course my name is Apiorkor. And you can see the exquisite and beautiful design on my hand. It's a henna tattoo, it's temporary, so no shaking, even though I'll be doing a permanent one soon. And the lady who's doing it, her name is Georgette of Ink Temporary Tattoos and Henna. And really, she's a friend of mine. She did the henna for my traditional wedding. I'm sure you can see pictures on the screen of that as well. And so today I've called her, just really chill. We have some cocktails from our favorite mixologist, Jerry, in the background. We're really chilling on Citi Scape today. Emefa is hiding somewhere drinking already. But Gigi, what have you done?
I was just going crazy on your hand. But this is a henna tattoo that can be used for a wedding. You can have it for like events, just to go out with your friends, just to take pictures, birthday photo shoots and stuff like that. So yeah,
okay,
we're just having fun with your hand right here.
I know a lot of people don't really know what henna is. What's the history?
Okay, so traditionally henna comes from a plant. There's a henna plant which grows in the India region and parts of Middle East and parts of Northern Africa.
So it's the same thing that people used to dye their hair?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and the same thing that a lot of the Muslim women
Exactly,
use. Right.
Yes. But then when you come down here, when you go into the traditional Muslim homes, they have like a special mix that they make to dye very, very dark. Because original henna dyes a dark red, brown, oranges, yes. But then because they use it for like their weddings and stuff, and the whole point is to give the bride luck and beauty and joy, they really want it to stand out, especially because of our skin tone.
Definitely.
Which is why they have their own mix that they use, so it's like really dark. So if you can see how dark it is, yeah, and it dries pretty fast too.
Do you know what they use?
To be honest, I haven't asked my plug.
Yeah.
I just went. I was like, Hajia, hook me up, and she did. So I didn't bother to find out what really goes into it. All I know is there's a bit of lemon juice and a bit of sugar in there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So where do you buy it from?
So inside some corner. In some market somewhere. It's a trade secret. I can't tell.
No, but this is amazing. So
Thank you.
I know a lot of people. The reason why I gave the disclaimer at the beginning, a lot of people are very skeptical about tattoos. I'm a lover of body art.
Okay.
I mean, I've got my piercings going on. I've got the nose piercing.
Yeah.
And I have always wanted to do a permanent tattoo. I just don't know what to do yet, because I'm not going to do a slice of bread and then regret it later in my life. And at the same time, I haven't had the time, because I know they take time to do.
Yes,
so
they do.
When I met you, I was excited, because not only are your designs intricate and interesting and beautiful, but it's something that will wash off in maximum 2 weeks?
Maximum 2 weeks, yeah.
So when people come to you, what are they typically looking for?
So it could be anything. That those who say, "Oh, I want to go scare my mom, make her think I have a tattoo." Yeah, I get those a lot. And then there are those who are going somewhere and they just want to have it because it's pretty. There are those who are gonna do like photo shoots and stuff. Then there's the brides who want to get it for themselves, their bridesmaids, both Muslim and Christian brides. Yes, like you did. Yes. So then that's what we do.
So this is amazing. And how long did it take you to learn this? Did you train for this?
No, I just really like to go. So all I do is I look at pictures online. I have an entire gallery on Pinterest, and I'm just scrolling. I see something I like, and then I try it on someone's hand, and that's it.
Are these the only kinds of? Because I know again for my traditional, my henna was white.
Yes, it was white.
So what other kinds of henna tattoos are there?
Okay, so traditionally you have the dark reddish brown one, but then there's this, and there are other inks from all over the world, so you can have like a dark blue. Then I have a palette that allows me to do this in white for you and gold for you.
In some extreme cases, I can pull off a red and a yellow. You know, if I'm really feeling you like that, I can pull something out for you.
But how does it work? So do the colors differ depending on the dye you get?
So with
it's
those
a natural product.
No, so with the colors that I have, those are not natural. Those are more of cosmetic dyes that are made for actors and actresses. You know, so it's a little more chemical than this one is. Yes, and with that, I use a paintbrush. I don't use this.
Okay.
That actually paints the henna onto your hand, the design onto your hand.
Okay, so that becomes more of a like face painting kind of thing.
Exactly, just that you end up with the same effects in a different color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's brilliant. And okay, so what's the most exciting space? Oh, we have some drinks. Ooh, Jerry's brought us some drinks. Thank you. Thank you. Look at that. Beautiful.
This is actually really nice.
Yeah, that looks good.
Thank you.
That's actually his signature drink. Well, it's his signature drink for the Ghana at 60.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, what are people? I mean, I know people come to you for you've mentioned for different reasons. What's the most exciting thing that you've done?
In the very beginning, a friend of mine suggested that we do the rocks tattoo. I don't know if you've seen it. It's pretty intricate, Samoan tribal type thing going from the middle of his chest all the way to his
We have it
wrist.
on the screen so we can take a look at it.
And this was 4 years ago, and it was Republic Hall week, and this was the first time I was doing this with my friend. So then everybody's like, can you guys pull it off? And I'm like, you know what, we're gonna do this. So he took off his shirt, really buff guy, took off his shirt, and then we just started to go in, and someone had a blow dry, drying it up, just because there are lots of people and the heat wouldn't let it dry because there was no air. Someone had a blow dry, drying it up, and we just went in, and it was so amazing in the end. I was like, oh my god, wow. I didn't think we could pull it off, and we pulled it off.
Brilliant. And then how did brides and particularly Christian brides or brides other than Muslim brides get interested in this? Because really, it's not really been a thing. I mean, you go to a Muslim wedding, you see it, but you don't really see it in the Christian community. But these days, it's common.
Yeah, because I think it's more of the aesthetic. You know, people just want to have an extra spice to what their whole kente looks like, you know, just so that they can say my wedding was different, because you see a lot of weddings on Instagram these days. So this just gives it like a little bit of a different vibe. Yeah.
So how many brides have you done?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to count. I don't know. But you are my very first bride, so thank you, Api. Yeah.
But this is brilliant. I mean, I'm sure we'll be hearing more from you.
Yes, you will.
Yes, and thank you so much for this. So guys, we've been talking about henna tattoos, temporary tattoos with Gigi, my very good friend, the henna tattooist, temporary tattooist extraordinaire. And this has been the What's New segment on Citi Scape on Citi TV. I have Gigi's social media information scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So call her, ask her for something interesting. If you want to scare your mom, you want to do something fun and different, it's your choice. The show continues.
Final words by Apiorkor. So we've been talking about sex and nutrition, how to have a healthy sex life, how the foods we eat affect our sexuality, and how much we enjoy sex, basically. So we really want to hear from you. Join us on social media. Let us know your views. Let us know your experiences. So you've been watching Citi Scape right here on Citi TV. You've been joined by myself, Emefa and
Apiorkor, the one and only.
The one and only Dustbin.
I've been nice to you today.
We've been here at Apartamento Hotel in West Airport. Yeah, so join us again soon. Bye.